What we're going to do today is I'm going to talk for a little while. I'll be in Q&A session, so you guys can ask me questions. I want to try to go into a little bit with mediumship, a connection to mediumship and how mediumship works. So really what I want to do is try to explain a little bit on mediumship and then kind of get us majorly into the Q&A. So you can ask me questions about your mediumship. Ask me questions about what's affecting your mediumship, what's affecting, if there's something you need to know or something that you're trying and it's not quite working, and maybe I can help you on your journey in your mediumship, your meditations, different things you're doing for your spiritual work. But what I wanted to talk about is mediumship. And mediumship is this, I have to explain that mediumship is this whole vibration of connecting to your higher self. Now, as long as you're having guides, people, stuff in the vibration, that's awesome. But you're really connecting to your higher self. That's why you have to raise your vibration. That's why you have to sit, you have to meditate, you have to get quiet. You have to try to raise your vibration because you're really trying to connect to your higher self. That's what you're really trying to do in this when you're doing mediumship, is that higher vibration, that higher connection. And it takes work. It takes work on doing this. It takes work on every day trying to raise the vibration, trying to stay quiet, be still, trying to figure out how you're progressing. And what I've said here at doing these classes, different things in these classes, is telling people, look at where you're at and keep track of it. And see every time you go into meditation, every time you go into the work, how is it working for you? How is it transpiring in your life? How is it majorly transpiring? Because you have to look how you're progressing, because if you don't know how you're progressing, it's like when I teach trance, and I teach trance mediumship, but I want people to allow spirit to take over. Now, if you're in a closed room and you go in this miraculous trance mediumship demonstration, but there's nobody in the room to hear it, then did it really happen? Did you really go in? That's why you keep some kind of journal. You keep a vibrational journal. You keep a thing in your life and try to figure that out. What is your connection? Do you see flowers? When I do in meditation, I see these flowers. A child brings these flowers and sets them in a vase. And I sit there for a moment before I enter the meditation. I look at the flowers, I look at the table, I look at the vase, and I see if the vase has changed. Have they added something to the flowers? Has the table changed since the last time I was here? Are they trying to show me something? And when you do the mediumship, when you're going into this vibration, it's never the destination that we're looking for. We're always looking for what's going on as you enter the meditation. Has something changed? What are you walking on? Is there something there that you haven't seen before? And by focusing on it, you can bring it more into focus within your vibration and have a better look at it, especially if it's changed, if it's something different. If most of your meditations start off you walking on a brick path, and then all of a sudden one day you're starting a meditation and it's a dirt path. There's a meaning for that. There's always meanings for that. There's your guides trying to explain something to you, trying to bring something forward. So during the journey, while the vibration, I love it when people say, I'm going to go to the mountain, I'm going to drink the water, I'm going to go sit in the temple, and I'm going to come back home. But it's that journey up the mountain. It's that vibration when you get into the meditation is how you arrive at that situation. So you're watching things falling into place. You're watching how they click. And that's the same thing with your mediumship. When you're trying to speak to spirit and they're giving you information to your higher self, what you're trying to do is get a better focus of what they're trying to show you, and trying to understand what that actually means. What does it do to you? What does it connect to you for? Because when you're doing mediumship, it's more of this quick battery of stuff coming towards you. Within about 30, 45 seconds, maybe. If you get a minute out of it, you're good. Sometimes it's just a spurt of stuff coming straight at you. Now, during that vibration, you have to kind of figure out, all right, they showed me this, they showed me this, they showed me this, they showed me this. What does that mean? How does that connect? And while you're doing that, you're asking questions. You're kind of propelling questions towards the spirit world. So you're asking, as you're talking, as you're receiving, you're asking Spirit to talk to you more, to give more to you, to connect to you better. And then when you finish readings, you should ask, okay, I would really, and kind of, I don't want to say pick the reading apart, or pick the vibration apart, but kind of really look at it and see if that's something, if you would like some kind of improvement, if you would like them to do something differently. If you wait too long, your guides think, oh my God, they love the way the information got brought through, let's bring it through the same way the next time. So you have to really kind of orchestrate the vibration, tell them, because they're from the other side, they're going through the curtain trying to reach you. So what you're trying to do is direct an easier route through the curtain, the spiritual curtain, trying to figure out how they're going to touch base. So when you're doing a mediumship, when you finish doing mediumship, or you finish doing a class and you're giving readings, or you're talking to people and you've given some readings, and then you can sit quietly and kind of adjust and see what your guides are trying to tell you. And that's really what you're doing. You're trying to figure out the connection here. Your connection, not mine, not somebody else's, but yours. You want to make your connection as pure as it can be. We're not going to get our connections perfectly pure. We're not going to do that. We're probably going to be 80 to 90%. We're probably never, maybe once in a great while we might get 100% right and everything's just perfect, but it's how we perceive it, how we see it. And as a medium that's done this for quite some time, I would love them to walk into the room, look at me and say, my name is this, bum, 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 and just say it so clearly and so profoundly that you go, oh my God, this is awesome. I've had that happen a few times, but a lot of times it's like hunting the 24 questions. They'll bring you things. They'll bring you a watch. They'll show you a watch. They'll show themselves walking with a lamp. There's different things going on over the vibration. So you have to bring through this vibration and say, you know, I have a gentleman here that has a watch. You know, he walked with a limp. He had a kind of a limp to his walk. Different things go on with that. And as you describe it, the person starts to come in clearer. And then the person that you're giving the reading to actually understands who you're talking about. But I wish sometimes they would just come up and give the name, or just walk right up. But sometimes they don't. They just kind of wander through, give a little bit of information, and allow you to build the vibration. It's like painting the house. You're going to go pick the colors, you're going to go paint the house, and you're going to step back and look at it. Mediumship is like getting all the tools that you personally need to do your mediumship, doing the reading, and then stepping back and looking at it and see how you did. How'd you do? Did you connect? Did you connect to the vibration? I have people in classes will always say, oh my God, Spirit gives it to me this way, and that's all you do. No. They should talk to you. You should talk to them and say, I don't like you bring it through that way. I don't like the information coming in that way. You don't want Spirit coming in choking you or doing something to you that you don't personally like. You tell them to quit. You tell them to stop. You tell them to re-envision. Do it another way. Come through another way, not the way they're coming through because it bothers you. You have complete control, and I always explain that to people when they do mediumship. You have complete control. When you're doing this, you're going into the light. Mediumship into the light. You're going into the light, not the darkness, but into the light. You're actually propelling yourself upwards, up into a situation where there's higher teachers and mediums and guides there for you. So you're really trying to connect to that vibration. Because when I deal with Lasarn, deal with my other guides, deal with people in my spirit world, they're all standing there waiting to speak to me. And when I teach mediumship, I really want you to understand that your mediumship guide, your message bearer, the message bearer that comes through to you, is probably not going to be the same message bearer every single time that you do readings. Because sometimes message bearers arrive in the vibration because they are the ones that can work with the energy within the room, work with the energy within the space. And the one that you had before really can't do it in this space. They're not able to connect to that vibration. So message bearers will change as the group changes, as the individuals change. The message work will change, because you'll even have people tell you, if you get into this message work a bit, they'll say, oh my God, you're so different tonight. You read so differently tonight. You were in another connection, because there was another message bearer there in the vibration. So you really have to really understand, how do you see the vibration? How do you personally see it? That's what you have to look at. How do you personally see the vibration? Not because I tell you this is the way it works for me. Do it my way and everything will work out great. No, you have to do it the way that fits the vibration for you. And I've always been a teacher that way. I was taught in my life that I had to read like other people, and I never really felt comfortable doing that. I never really felt comfortable reading in this different vibration that didn't really connect to me. I didn't feel the vibration. I didn't feel it. So until I started reading the way I felt I should be reading, then it started to fall into place. Then it started to click for me. So if you learn something from mediumship classes with me, is to make sure that when you're doing mediumship or connecting to the spirit world, don't go out and read a book and find a book and go, oh my God, this person does readings this way, so I'm going to do it this way. No, because you probably won't be able to do it that way. Then you'll get discouraged. Then you won't do readings anymore. You'll just be discouraged with it because now it's not working, because you didn't do it the way that it works for you. I said last week, and I've said in readings before, ask your guides, is there something I'm missing in my mediumship that I should produce within the vibration? Could you please show it to me? Allow them to maneuver situations in your life. They'll bring people, events, situations, and things in your life to show you exactly a path, or at least the start of a journey of where you're supposed to be, because I was just gifted in my life, because if I had a lot of people in my life that were mediums and spiritualists and people working with the spirit world. So I didn't have to go too far to see how people work. But I always learned in my younger days that everybody within my family read differently. They didn't read exactly the same way. So I kind of knew that at that early age that I should read like me. I should read like my vibration for what fits the vibration for me, because that's the energy they're working with. Remember, you're vibrating at a certain rate of vibration within your life, and you have to stay within that vibration. You have to raise your vibration to that. Now, you can get above that and get to a higher vibration, an extremely high vibration, but you at least have to get to where your vibrational rate is, how it is set for you. The little gearing would be probably, let's say your vibrational rate is a 6. Well, you have to at least get to a 6 or above. 6 or above. That's what you have to get to feel that flow, that vibration of energy, that when you're talking, when you're giving readings, you're just flowing. You're just kind of, you're not really there. You're just kind of just going through the motions here of giving the reading, but it is something that you're not quite in your body. That's when the readings really take on evidence in situations within somebody's life, is when you feel like you're not even in the body. So you have to raise that vibration, and that's through practice. That's through allowing yourself to go into meditation, raise and breathe, and see how you feel until you connect. Allow yourself to go into that, like that out-of-body vibration in your life. Many classes ago, I told people, when you hear water, running water, and bells, You're getting ready to leave. You're getting ready to leave your body. You're getting ready to have an out-of-body experience. So when you hear water, and it's a rushing sound, it sounds like a rushing sound, allow yourself to leave. Their guides will bring you back, but allow yourself to leave. Because if you get really scared, and you don't allow yourself to leave, it could take years. It could take years for you to get back to where you needed to be. Years. So what happens is you're going to be in a whole vibration for years, just wanting to get back to get out of body, and the spirits won't take you because you were frightened, you were scared at that moment that they wanted to take you. So they wait. They wait till they feel that you're ready, not you. So when they feel you're ready, they'll start that water running. They'll start the bells off in the distance. Allow them to take you out of body. Because you get to walk there. You get to walk on the other side. You get to be part of the vibration of the other side, which works out extremely well when you're actually connecting to that connection. You want to feel that. You want to sense that. And I have people say that I don't leave my body. I don't dream. I don't leave my body. I don't do any of that. Well, it's practice. It's like telling your guides, not yelling at your guides, but explaining to them what you would like to see. What would you like to see? We're all connected to the higher side of life. So through our mediumship, our meditation, or things that we do in our life, we are allowed to go anywhere we want in the spirit world. So we can allow our energy to fill. Because many years ago when I had a woman had a guide, and she said, well, that guide is mine. Yeah, really? So I meditated, raised my vibration, and all of a sudden I was sitting on the other side with this guide, speaking to them. And she said, you're not supposed to be speaking to my guide. I said, guides can be there on the other side. If you raise your vibration and get in the same situation, the same connection as those guides, at the same vibrational rate, you're going to be able to speak to them. Whether it be Ramtha, whether it be Seth, whether it be one of the master teachers, it doesn't matter. When you raise your vibration enough to be where they are, their energy field matches yours. It matches the vibration of frequency that you're vibrating on at that moment. They can appear. They can move into your vibration. Because you could sit in your office and sit there and meditate and raise your vibration, and all of a sudden the Virgin Mary, or Melchizedek, or some majorly massive saint or guide appears in your life. You go, oh my God. That's because, not because you actually called them, you called them in. It's because you were at that vibrational rate where they are. That vibrational rate. That's why you're always trying to raise your vibration. You're not trying to lower it. You're trying to raise it to attract your highest and best, which whatever your vibrational rate is, that is your highest there. Then you're allowing yourself to go above that, higher than that, higher, and allowing yourself to propel that energy within your vibration. So when we're looking at connecting to spirit, connecting to the energy field within our lives, we have to figure it out. We have to figure it out for us. I could give you a book and say, mark this box and mark this box and mark this box. Doesn't work that way. What happens is you start meditating. You start working on your mediumship. Then you feel how you feel, especially when you get something right. When I tell my students to get some envelopes, get some cards, write some stuff on the cards, put them in the envelopes, put them on the shelf somewhere. Just put them on the shelf. Then in about a week, go back, take them off the shelf, and touch them. Put them between your hands and touch them, and see what you feel, what you sense with the vibration in the envelope. And you're probably gonna say, oh, I feel blue, or I feel legitimate, then you pull whatever's out of the envelope out of it and see what it is. And you're going to have a feeling when you're right. When you kind of really have a knowledge that you're right, you're going to get a feeling. And that feeling, every time you're right, you'll get the same feeling. That's one good thing about mediumship. You'll get a feeling, you'll get a sense of knowing that you're right. And the person across you can shake their head no, but you know there's that feeling, that vibration, that you know that you have a connection. This connection is moving in the right direction. So you're really trying to figure out the vibrational experiences that you're having when you're doing mediumship. Do you have somebody touch your face when you're giving readings? What kind of connection do you have? That's what you're really looking for. You're looking for that connection that connection to the spirit world, that connection to your vibration. You're looking for that. You're looking for that connection. And keeping track of it, and keeping track of the vibration, keeping track of it, because you want to see where you've come from, where you're actually going. Are you making progress? That's the only reason you keep a journal. That's the reason you keep a journal for your mediumship. You don't keep it just say, aha. You keep it to see if you're making progress. Because if you do 6 to 8 weeks or 10 weeks or 12 weeks and you haven't moved, it hasn't changed, then you have to quietly ask your guide, say, okay, this hasn't changed. I'm not moving forward. Why? Show me why. And then allow yourself to be open and to allow things to drop into your life. And somebody could hand you a book. Something could just show up in your life and get your personal attention. And then you start to move down the path. You start to move in this journey. But you have to know if you're progressing or not. I spent a lot of my life keeping journals just to see where I was, see if I was progressing, see who was appearing in my life, what was happening, how it was happening. So I could actually go back and look and say, oh yeah, I've got some more stuff. I'm moving. I'm at least moving. So then I kind of knew I was making progression. So that's what you're looking for that, for the journal, for keeping some kind of track of what's going on around you, because you're looking to see what's happening. And also during the day, you're looking to see what's being offered. Does somebody walk up to you and say, oh, by the way, I got a book on automatic writing. And then you pick up another book, and there's a book on automatic writing. You turn on YouTube, and the first video that comes up is on automatic writing. It's a very good possibility that you personally should look at something to do with automatic writing. Your guides will keep propelling it towards you. They'll keep trying to get your attention. They'll try to direct you to. I envision our lives like a great big bulletin board at the end of a hallway. Our guides have put everything up on the bulletin board that we need in this lifetime. Now we're down the hallway. We're kind of not seeing the bulletin board quite clearly. We see it, but it's not as clear as it should be. So we start raising our vibration, working out our energy field, doing our stuff, and we get closer and closer to the board so we can make out what's on the board. So then we can figure out exactly what our guides have in store for us, what they would like us to look at. And that's all you're doing. You're getting yourself closer to that great big bulletin board at the end of the hallway. Or you're actually getting yourself a different vista. I did a class the other day, and I was telling people, sometimes we're looking out one window at one vista, and the vista is done. It is finished in our life. We're done with that. And we're too afraid to move to a different vista, to move to a different view in our lives. And we get stuck in that one window. Even though all hell is breaking loose, we stay at that window, afraid to move to the next view. And your guides don't force you to move. They kind of insinuate. They kind of maneuver you. That's with mediumship. If you're clairsentient, and you sense spirit around people, but you want to work with clairsentient, you want clairvoyance. Oh God, you want clairvoyance. Heck with clairsentient. I don't want to sense nothing. I want to see it. And you work month after month and a month trying to do clairvoyance. You're not going to progress with your mediumship because you're supposed to work on clairsentient. That's your gift. That's your vibration. That's your gift. And whether it be in stones, whether it be with doing tarot cards, whether it be with doing pendulums, whatever your gift is that you perceive to be, work on that. See where that takes you. See where that takes you down the path. If it envisions you down a path quite a ways, it's a tool that you had to use to get you to where you need to be. Here in Casadega, they have this great big thing out here about mental mediums. But the question here, we're all using some kind of tool. Now, we might not have cards in front of us, tarot cards, pendulums, all kinds of stuff in front of us, but we are using a tool. And people want to know, what is the tool you guys use out in Casadega? Well, the tool we use is psychometry. It's what we use. When you walk in my office, you bring your energy in my office. Your energy has to mix with my energy. In some way, some fashion, it's got to fill my room. Your energy propels itself out from you. You announce yourself before you get to my room. So I already have this energy that I'm working on. Psychometry-wise, I have this energy that has already entered my room. So I'm already using that tool, that tool, before you even get into my room, before you actually sit down. And that tool actually gives me information. It propels me in a direction for the reading. It allows me to connect to people within your vibration because you brought the energy in my office before you actually sat down. So whether I'm doing tarot cards, whether I'm allowing you to touch the tarot cards and you touch the tarot cards and I get your psychometry energy off of that, I touch your hand, have you touch my hand and get your psychometry energy off that. I have you enter my office. Bring your energy with you. I don't have to touch it because it's already touching my energy field. Psychometry. And that's why I teach you to get envelopes. Put things in the envelopes. Put papers in the envelopes. Put them in the envelope. Put it on a shelf. Put pictures. Write on a piece of paper, blue. Write on a piece of paper, red. Write on these pieces of paper. Put them in the envelope. Put them on the shelf. Then touch them. What you're doing by doing that, by doing the psychometry, is you're building that sense of energy. You're building the vibration of energy because you have to read the person's energy. You have to read the vibration of the energy that Spirit is bringing through. And you have to read Spirit's energy. So you have to have some kind of connection with understanding energy, of understanding how it propels itself in front of you. So as a medium, you have to kind of get that connection, that vibration. Because you should never get into the business of the vibration to say, well, I'm just going to be this type of medium. This is it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to stay right here. This is it. And that could be good for you. Maybe that's going to be perfect for you. But the mediums who progress in this vibration are ones who want to go further. Who want to go further to the next vista, to the next door, to the next hill, to the next view. What has Spirit got for me today? What are they trying to bring to me today that I will learn from, that I will increase my spiritual growth, and so I can help others and get them on a path in their life? And that's really what you're looking to do when you're doing this work. We're all in service. When we do this work, we're in service, trying to help, trying to encourage, trying to give you the information, the tools you need. I did a lecture a few years ago on toolboxes. We all have our own little toolbox. Whether it's red, blue, it doesn't matter what color the toolbox is painted. We have all the tools that we thought that we might need in that toolbox. But along the way, people pass us on our journey. They drop different tools in our toolbox for us so that we can progress even further because they drop tools in that we don't even know what they do, but they're there for our highest and best. I have tools from my father that I still have from my father when he did work. And I have tools that I have no idea what they do. They probably do something, but I have no idea. But I got them. I saved the tools. I have them because they belong to my father. But I have some of these tools I have no idea what they do. They're antique tools. I have no idea what they do. But as far as I'm concerned, they belong to my father, they belong to my grandfather, they belong to my great-grandfather. They did something, and they still have their energy on them. So I feel like when you're getting your tools, right at the beginning, you might go, why am I getting this? Why am I receiving this? Well, maybe the timing isn't quite right for you to put those tools in effect, but maybe in 6 to 8 months, you're going to need that tool. You're going to need that vibration within your life to help you, to encourage you at that point. So So kind of watch and see what your guides are bringing. Just accept it. Just accept it. But you don't have to accept craziness. You don't have to accept them doing something to you and you go, I don't like that. I don't like them doing that. Then tell them to stop. I have people say, well, I'm just going to be open 24/7. You don't want to be open 24/7. Your guides will disturb you at all hours of the night. You have to set rules. You have to set rules, especially when you do this work. You don't want to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning writing or doing something because Spirit woke you up. Spirit, you have to get up. You have to write at 3 o'clock every single morning. No, you don't. Whatever they have to tell you can wait till you get up. It doesn't have to be at 3 o'clock in the morning unless you absolutely want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's the same thing with your mediumship. They'll sit on the side of the bed waiting for you to open your eyes. They'll try to wake you up unless you tell them, no, I'm not working. I don't want you bothering me now. Set up the rules, the vibration with Spirit. Because you don't want to make yourself too much. Because I just had a lady the other day says, Louis, I cut off my mediumship because it was just too much. Too much. All of a sudden I was getting so much energy and I just couldn't take it. So I just told her to go away. Get lost. And when she did that, it locked the door. Think of your life when you're doing mediumship and you tell them to go away. What happens is one of your guides or one of the people that were there take the only key to the door. Then they lock the door. They run off. Now you're getting older now and you want to be doing mediumship. You want mediumship. You want to connect back with your guides. You want them to talk to you. You're going to go find the person with the key. Because that key is out there to unlock the door so that you can speak to them again. And eventually you find the key. You work at it, people, situations appear in your life, and the key reappears for you to unlock the door. But you have to hunt for it. That's why older people that have locked the doors in their life chase Spirit away. It takes them a lot longer to relive their mediumship as they had in as they were children. Children can do it quite easily, quite fast, quite easily, because they haven't put up the barriers. They haven't locked the door. They haven't chased the spirits away. But as we get older, we've already chased them away. The door has been shut for many, many, many years. And then all of a sudden, we've got to try to find the key to unlock it. So that's why you keep track where your guide's trying to lead you. How high is your vibration? Ask them. Ask them to take them to your highest and best. Highest. Tell them. That's your highest for right now. Might not be your highest later in your life. Where is your highest for you to get to at this moment? At this given moment of your spiritual development, what do you need to do at this moment? What do you need to do? What do you need to accomplish at this moment? That's what you need to look at. Because everything comes down to focus, meditation, allowing. We have to allow it to arrive. If we go, well, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I haven't. Sometimes we just relock the door. If you're supposed to use tarot cards, you go, I'm not using tarot cards. Oh, I'm not using any of those. And then, what if you're supposed to use those to take yourself out of your way? Maybe that was supposed to be a tool you were supposed to use, and you reneged it. It doesn't mean you're not going to get back to your mediumship. It just means you needed at this point to get yourself there quicker, to be there quicker, faster. Well, I'm going to be teaching a workshop on the secrets of the spiritual realms. And the question here is, the secrets are most of trying to train yourself of how to arrive at these spiritual realms and ask questions. And during the workshop, I teach, but I take you on journeys to find something for yourself. Maybe to find a piece that you needed for your toolbox. I take you on journeys during the workshop to get you to where you need to be, or introduce you to the people that you should have introduced yourself to. That's what I do. Because the spiritual realm is just an avenue. I might be going to Brooklyn. That's my spiritual city that I'm going to walk into. But you're heading to Atlanta. That's yours. Somebody else might be heading to Las Vegas. Everybody has a different view of their spiritual city when they step off into the vibration. They have this view of what their vibration looks like. The path, the flowers, the journey is different. It's not exactly the same as someone next to you. It is different because it provides you with information of where you are, where your journey is starting. And the best thing, if you already started your mediumship journey, you've already started it, then keep track of where you are now. Where are you? Where on the journey are you? And then in 5 to 6 weeks, just keep writing in the book. See if you're progressing, if you're moving, if there's different things appearing in the vibration. If you get into meditation and see flowers, and then the next day you go meditate again, and the same flowers, the same table, the same vase, but you don't go anywhere. The next day, the same flowers, same vase, same thing. The same thing, it doesn't change. That's when you start explaining to your guides what you want. You explain to them. Tell them. I have a long discussion with my guides, I do. I have a long discussion with them of what I perceive things should be. And then I allow them to propel in my life what I think it should be, because I gotta tell you, when I was meditating for a while, and I wasn't progressing further. And I go, okay guys, we're gonna, and somebody came to town here, and he designed cabinets to meditate in. And he showed me how to do this cabinet to meditate in. And it was the most awesome thing. So I have a cabinet in my office that I meditate in, which actually makes the energy stronger, because I don't have to fill the whole room with my energy. I just have to fill that space. Then I had somebody come in and give me a book from the 1800s. It shows you where to sit to get the best out of your meditation. So now I put that thing in effect in my life. I take my birthday and I figure out exactly what direction, east, west, north, or south, direction to sit during my meditation. So it increases my meditation stronger. So just by me asking, people started arriving with gifts, things to show me what I need to do to increase my meditation. So that's what you're doing. You're not looking and say, oh my God, I got to go. No, you're just allowing it. You're not allowing your ego to get into it and trying to force it. You're just telling them and then allowing them to go find it and produce it in front of you. Then you're just watching. You're not demanding. You're just asking and allowing. And then allowing them to move into your vibration, because you're dealing with your higher self, you're dealing with your guides, your gatekeepers, your master teachers, your guides. So you're dealing with them. So they're allowing you to ask. Because here on this class today, I've got you all in question and answer mode. If you've got something, *6, if you've got something that you would like to talk to me about and say, Lewis, I'd love to ask you a question about this, I will answer that question. I will at least try my best to answer it for you. But the question here is, I really want you to get the most out of this, because when I teach my classes, if people come on my classes, I want you to read like you. I don't force you to read like I do. I don't do that, because I don't want you to leave the program. I don't want you to leave the situation and go, oh my God, I'm never going back into mediumship, because you're probably not going to use it for what I use it for, well, helping and having people come to my office and do all this stuff. Probably not going to do that. But you need it for your journey. You need the mediumship, that intuitiveness, that situation in your life to get you to where you need to be. You need it. You need that vibration in your life to get you there. And that's why you learn mediumship. Not to just go out and give readings, but it is mostly for you to find your journey, to address it, to get you the toolbox, the map, all the tools that you personally need to make your personal journey in this life. And that's the good thing. That's the vibration. When we do going into the light is spirit. It is God. It is divine essence. It's divine spirit. We're trying to get there. We're trying to move as high as we can get, as high as we can personally get with this body that we picked for this lifetime, and all the little stuff that we've got crushed around us, trying to break through the shell to get ourselves that view of the light. That's what we're trying to do with mediumship, so that we can find our journey. I've kept myself out of a lot of trouble in my life by just listening to Spirit and listening to myself, and not going to certain places or certain situations that probably would have got me in trouble if I would have just went. I just decided that it wasn't falling into place. I have a thing a few years ago when me and Marie went to go look at a house, and this realtor said, "This is the best house for us. You should look at this house." I said, "Oh, sounds good." It looked awesome on the internet. So we turned on this dirt road heading towards this house. Oh my God, packs of wild dogs come out of the mountains. I never saw so many dogs in my life. They were trying to eat our tires and get in the car with us. They were vicious. So I turned the car around, drove off, called the realtor agent, and I told him what was going on. He goes, "There's no dogs out there. There's not one dog out in those hills." Well, we saw a pack of dogs, and we weren't going back out of that house because we didn't feel it was safe for us to go there. And that's exactly what Spirit wanted us to feel. Wasn't safe going there. Turn around. And when we are in situations in life, whether it be a class, whether it be something in your life, and you're sitting there, and you're kind of getting this thing of fight or flight. Like, should I get out of here? This doesn't feel good to me. My energy doesn't feel good here. Then go. If your guide's putting up caution tape, go. That's sort of the circumstances in your life. That's you're learning to read those. You're learning to read that vibration when Spirit says, go. And we hold on and go, no, that was just somebody else. That wasn't me. That was something else. I'm going to keep doing this. Spirit will try to stop you. They will. They'll try to maneuver you in a different direction and try to stop you. So you have to really realize, where do you personally want to be? You. On mediumship. I want to teach you everything that I have knowledge in. Than mediumship, and all kinds of different types of readings that we're going to be doing in these classes, and I'll be showing you, and because these are videotaped and I post them on my site, but I'll be showing you different forms of mediumship, different vibrations of mediumship, and it kind of gives you an idea of how it starts, how you start to maneuver the vibration. If you want to speak to Spirit, then start concentrating on that, concentrating on the vibration, concentrating. Psychometry works with holding on an object of somebody that's passed to Spirit and feeling the energy or the vibration of the individual on the object that they left behind when they went back to the spirit world. The energy is still on that object. So you feel the energy, you feel the vibration, the energy. That's why my wife makes clothes out of people's clothes that have died. She makes angels out of these clothes. So that when people hold Marie's angels, they feel the vibration of the individual on the angel. They feel the vibration because they're wearing the shirt or the dress that this person wore all the time. They feel the energy of that. So it's a psychometry thing going on, a psychometry situation going on. That's the same thing when I teach you about classes. In your room, where you sit, where you meditate. Nobody sits in your meditation chair. Nobody sits there. You're setting the psychometry, you're setting the energy in that space. If you allow somebody to sit there that's negative, that's not had a good day, that's had a rough day, they're going to displace your energy within your space. You'll have to rebuild it. Same thing with your people that are coming in for readings. If you come to my office for reading and you get a reading and you leave, I go sit in your chair. I clear the energy before the next client comes in, because I don't want that energy of your energy mixing with the other client's energy and allowing the reading to go off the rails. If you're in a class, and I'm telling you in a class, if you're in a class and you have people sitting in front of you and you're going to get ready to, and you're getting ready to do readings, and people are coming up and getting in chairs. I do a lot of round robin. I have people get up and move, and then somebody else sits down. Somebody gets up and moves, then sits down. What you do is you just take your foot, touch the chair. You don't have to make a big scene out of it. Just touch the chair with your foot and say, "Please clear all energy or negative energy away from this space." Boom. That's it. And then the next person will sit down. You personally have cleared that energy. You personally have cleared that vibration of the person who was in that chair before you. Before that vibration, that lady before you, when she leaves, somebody else sits in the chair, you've already cleared the energy. But it's according to what you personally can do. But everything about the situation figures out that it's all psychometry. It's all that vibration of raising your vibration to get a different view or a different view of the light. Different view of the light. You can put any kind of light bulb in your light fixture, but it's according to what kind of wattage it is, of how much light you're going to get off of it. How much energy you put into the vibration, how much energy is put in that light, is how much light comes off that vibration. So you're really trying to raise the vibration, the energy. So when you do tools this coming week when you're doing tools, kind of just sit for something. I know people want to raise the energy pretty quick, pretty fast, pretty quick. Then go out and get yourself a really good, nice, clear quartz crystal. Get yourself some kyanite. Kyanite's a very extremely powerful stone. It's flat, it's light blue. It's a really strong, powerful stone for mediumship and calmness. So it'd be a good stone to put in your meditative space or to hold in your hand when you do meditation. Find a stone that works for you. Click to a stone that works for you. And put it. You don't want a stone because you really, when you're in meditation, you want a higher vibrational stone. You want green, purple, lavender, white, indigo blue. You want a higher vibration from heart chakra up. You want a higher vibrational stone that's going to raise the energy, not the. You don't want hematite, holding on a great big piece of hematite and get yourself grounded. Oh, you want to go see the spirit world. You want to go see stuff. You don't want to be grounded here. So don't use a grounding stone like a dark red or a dark orange or a dark yellow. Or now citrine does work for mediumship. Citrine does a really good job with producing mediumship. It does. Citrine. A yellow stone. It does a really good job of doing mediumship because of where the stone vibrates. The higher vibration of the stone, the higher the vibration you get from it. But I always say the the rule is from heart chakra up, whatever the color is, it should match within that vibration or higher. That's where it should be. And you should kind of put a stone or one of those pieces of stone in the vibration with you. I have a green stone that I have that's got a lot of purple in it. It's been both. I'm going to put it on the thing when people see it. It's got this purple in it. It's bluish, dark purple. It's got green. It's for trance mediumship. And I put that right next to my desk where I do readings. I put that for trance mediumship and mediumship. It's a really awesome stone. And I put that right there so it kind of gathers the energy. It doesn't go anywhere else. I don't take it out of this room. It sits in this room on my desk. It just sits there. And I have an extremely large Herkimer diamond that sits in my desk. And I have those two stones in my desk. That's what I have. And they actually transpose the energy, the vibration of energy that I produce. That energy just continually builds within these stones. They do. So you're looking for something to build the energy. What works for you? As I said, you take a plant, put a plant in a room. Having a plant in a room is like having 5 people meditate with you. Get a high vibrational stone, like this stone I use, or another stone that you feel comfortable with. Put that in a room. Maybe you have a large, huge crystal. I got to tell you a little cute story that was a few years ago. Christopher Timms was moving. He was doing something, and he had these 2 large crystals. He had named them. They were 2 large crystals. And he dropped them off my house for me to look after until he got to where he needed to be. So I would take pictures of these crystals and send him pictures and tell him the crystals didn't like him anymore. They had found a new home and needed to stay with me, and they were running away from home. And he would giggle and laugh. He says, "No, they're coming with me." And then we'd had this really cool time for a while I was taking care of these large crystals in my house. But it was quite what kind of stone did you have? What kind of stone radiates to you? Maybe it's something your mother left you. Maybe it's something your father left you. It has their energy on it. It has their vibration on it. maybe that's something you should put in your office or put in your meditative space, because it's something that belonged to them. It's something that still has their energy, their vibration on it. And it's like a light, a speck of light off in the distance. If my Father sees that speck of light, He knows that I'm out there thinking of Him. He knows that I'm out there sending Him energy. He sees it. Everybody in the spirit world sees the light when you think about someone, or you propel energy towards them. They see the light. They see that speckle of light. And when you place something in your meditative space, where you're meditating because of someone's stuff, you're allowing that energy to light a light in the spirit world. And the stronger you make that energy in your meditative space, the quicker and easier your relatives can come back and visit. Because they see the light. They see the vibration from where you're sitting. They see you. So when you're actually working on mediumship, figure out what fits. No matter what I'm telling you to do, you can do quite a few things. You can do the psychometry, you can do the cards, you can do sit in yourself your own space, get yourself a cabinet, do all this really cool stuff, do all this stuff in your life, but maybe some of this doesn't work for you. Maybe some of it doesn't click. But some of it, whatever does click for you, put that in motion. And then once you put something in motion, then you watch and see what else arrives in the vibration. What else arrives? Does somebody bring something else for your toolbox? Does somebody drop a book off? Somebody drop something off? Does somebody do something? What happens when something happens in your vibration? What happens when they drop it off? Does your life change? Does your work with mediumship change? Or your work with spirit change? Has something changed? That's why you keep some kind of journal while you're going through this work. To see if something changed, if something showed you somewhere differently. Because you can go into past lives, you can go back in reincarnation, you can go back into where you were in a past life, you can meditate yourself back, you can go back in that vibration, past life regression. You can go into a future life, a future place. You can look at where you've come from or where you're actually going to. A lot of this information is already in the Akashic records. It's already there. It's already, all you have to do is go into the records and figure out what you're looking for. Because the hall's pretty good size, so you just have to figure out what you're looking for and have a good idea. It's like when I love it when I teach mediumship and I teach cycles in people's lives. When you get in your first year of a cycle, that's your birthday. You add your birthday together. You break it down to single digits. If you're like 55, 5 and 5, 10, 1 and 0, 1, you're in your first year. First year of a cycle is when your guides literally give you the credit card. To me, it kind of looks like a blue American Express Platinum. That's what it looks like. Now, they set you at the front door, and all your guides have set up on every aisle down through the store. That happens throughout your cycle. It does. Some cycles they allow you to build, do what you want to do once you put it in there, but they stand on every aisle. What they do is they get your attention of things that you need. You might need it at the end of the cycle, beginning of the next cycle, or maybe you need it right now. But they will stand at the aisles that you actually need to walk down. Then what they do is they go ahead and try to usher you there. That's through the repetition. That's through getting there. Somebody drops something there, then it happens again, then it happens again, then it happens again. Your guides literally are trying to get you there. And if it happens very quickly, very suddenly and very quickly, and it keeps happening very quickly, it means your guides are really trying to get your attention because you have to get this, because you need it. And they're trying to propel you there easily, or they will pull you there. They will pull you to that situation. That's when people lose jobs. Things happen in people's lives because they don't know why they lost a job. They don't know why these things are happening. It's because they didn't quite listen, and Spirit had to pull them. And they had to take something out to get their attention. You never really want guys to get your attention because sometimes they have a little sense of humor and they really get your attention. So you really want to kind of listen. Stop. You have to be overzealous with this stuff, but kind of just listen to what people are showing up. If you're looking for a companion or a person in your life, and you turn on TV set, there's Charles. You pick up a book, the first person in the book is Charles. You go outside your house, you get behind a car, the name is Charles. You end up somewhere and somebody says, oh, by the way, dear, I'd love to take you out to dinner. By the way, my name's Charles. Go out to dinner with them. Because Spirit is kind of trying to maneuver this person in front of you. They're going to give you directions. And that's what you're really looking for, directions. And that's what mediumship does. It brings you direction. It brings you direction in where you're going. That's all. It brings you that toolbox. It brings you the extra tools for you to make your way down the path. So through my classes, through my workshops and other people's workshops and different things, take what you need, what you feel like you need for your toolbox. Don't feel like everything I tell you is gospel, because things that work for me, I try to teach you everything that actually works, that I've put in motion in my life and I've seen other people put in motion, and it actually works. It actually falls into place. I don't want to give you something that takes you a year or two to find out that it doesn't work. That doesn't work. That was a waste of 2 years. I want you to at least put things in your life that actually work. And then you figure out if it works for you. But I'm going to try to give you everything that I can connect to that actually works, that actually connects in the vibration. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking to put as much information inside of you that you can personally make a decision. Because even though I'm half Indian, I know a lot about the Indian heritage, my grandfather and my grandmother, all this stuff. I still use a lot of that spiritual growth of the great white light, the great white power, to address things in my life. I still use that energy that I got taught by them many years ago. I still have that within me. I still know about that. Same thing with all the mediumship. I had an uncle in my life that was like a warlock. He was in charge of a coven. I know a little bit about being a witch by that energy that was propelled into the earth energy of being a Wiccan. So he taught me things that I know that's still there, it's still in my mind. Doesn't quite something that I would work with all the time, but it's there. So what you're looking for is things that appear in your life that get your attention. Then as they get your attention, see if they work. You might put them up on a top shelf and say, maybe later, I don't feel like I need that right now. But at least see if you need it. See if it fits the vibration for you. And with mediumship, that's all it is. I'm still going to say it until I leave this earth plane and get to the other side. It is psychometry. It is how you raise your energy, how you propel your energy, and where you are with your energy field is what you're going to be attracting from the spirit world. So it's how you raise your energy. It's all you're learning is how to raise the vibration, how to raise the energy. That's what you should be working on. Just raising it. Asking your guides, is there anything I need to do to raise my energy to a higher level? Is there anything I need to propel in motion to raise my energy? Allow them to propel people, events in your life to get your attention so you can do that. And then once you get to that level that they want to get you to, what do you see? What do you see? What has transpired because you've made the journey? What has transpired? What do you see? And that's really what you're looking for, to see how you're progressing with your mediumship. To guarantee you, when you leave this earth plane, that is exactly one of the gifts you take with you. It is part of your soul. It's part of your soul growth. So that part you'll take with you. When you cross into the spirit side of life, you will take that knowledge, that stuff that you've placed into your soul growth, you will take with you. Might not take all the books, all the material stuff, but you will take that. So I just wanted you to really understand that mediumship is a connection to a higher sense of consciousness. It is what it is, and I want to teach you that. Next week we're going to be doing something more on connection, but I'm going to do more on a little bit of Native American. I'll bring in my grandfather, different things and little things that he taught me how to see spirit, and kind of bring that in next week. So I'm going to do a little bit next week on that, on Indian mediumship and how to check in with the Great Spirit, and little things with that. And maybe there's something that I'll teach you next week from Native American that I was taught when I was a child. Maybe there's something that'll just click for you and you'll go, oh, I like that. You'll put that in your toolbox. Then I've placed something in your toolbox. But I really want you to learn the best way for you to do your own personal mediumship, not the way somebody else does it. I've had too many people in my class tell me they're going to read just like John Edwards. And they're not going to read like John Edwards because that's not where their vibration is. They're going to read like them. They're going to read like their vibration within their own life. So allow yourself to be your true expression of your mediumship. So when somebody says, you should do this, you should work this way, and you look at it and go, nope, don't like it, listen to yourself. Not because the person telling you to do it, it just doesn't quite fit with the energy field that you're in. It just doesn't fit with you. It doesn't fit the vibration for you. So just always listen to yourself and connect to a higher sense of consciousness when you're working with mediumship. And I hope to see you guys next week. I will be posting this on my YouTube channel, and I will be posting it. It'll be on the Blue Star website, and also on my Inspirational Insight website on my Facebook. So it'll be posted, and then you get to see my face and see me in the video. But I hope to see you next week at 3 o'clock next week. We'll be doing something more on Indian mediumship, which I will be teaching next week, and plus we'll be in the Q&A, so you can ask me questions and different things as we go through this teaching and stuff that I do each week. So I'm glad that you guys thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, mentor.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.